Narcissists smell so disgusting? Is it because they often do this? Many narcissists emit a strong, unpleasant, almost death-like odor that persists despite frequent showers, toothbrushing, or laundering their clothes. Even the most expensive cologne can't mask it. It seeps from every pore. It's worth mentioning that not all narcissists have this smell. Some actually smell quite pleasant, which is something you might have experienced with certain individuals. However, many people report encountering this issue, as seen in the comments of this show. Today, we'll explore why some narcissists have this distinctive, overpowering odor. If you're curious about this topic, consider joining us. As always, subscribing to my channel helps spread awareness about narcissistic abuse. We'll examine why narcissists smell from both a spiritual and a scientific perspective. Scientifically, we'll delve into how the internal chaos within a narcissist's body impacts their hormones. From a spiritual perspective, the explanation is quite clear. A narcissist's inner self is a whirlwind of chaos, filled with toxic and negative energy. Dare I say demonic energy? I often use that term. They open themselves up to all the negativity in the world. Whether you believe in faith, entities, or evil spirits, the crux is that they interact with the world through hostility, anger, and resentment. What happens if someone constantly lives in such a state? Naturally, they manifest their inner decay outwardly. If someone is perpetually filled with anger, jealousy, and hatred towards others, it's no surprise they might emit an unpleasant odor. I believe this smell arises from their rotten soul, heart, and conscience seeping through their body and breath. Even if they brushed their teeth 1,000 times a day, their breath would still reek. The issue isn't cleanliness, although some narcissists, often referred to as mental narcissists, neglect their physical hygiene. Physical narcissists, on the other hand, may be meticulous about their appearance. But this isn't about physical cleanliness alone, it's about their overall behavior and energy. They seem oblivious to this odor, which only those who live closely with them or experience them regularly can truly understand. This smell permeates everything: their clothes, blankets, bed sheets, and anything else they touch. It's a smell you detest and desperately want to escape. Where does the smell come from? It originates from the sacrifice of their true self, left to decay on the altar of their fake persona, resulting in a drain-like odor. They've buried and severed themselves from their authentic self to the extent that they're no longer aware of it. But just because they're unconscious of it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Your inner child, your real self, and their inner child are fundamentally the same. The difference is that their inner child is dead, while yours is alive. Though you may be scared and disconnected from it, it still exists within you. They, however, have annihilated any connection to their true self. I believe this is the source of the smell. It's a manifestation of all their shame, fears, and unacknowledged truths. What do you think? Share your story in the comments below if you've experienced something similar. Your insights can help others feel less isolated on their journey. This odor isn't a diagnostic sign of narcissism. It's not widely discussed or used to identify anyone. That's not my intention. I'm merely sharing what I've observed, felt, and smelled in my experience with my narcissistic father, and what I've heard from others who have faced similar situations. Now let's examine this smell from a scientific perspective. When you're constantly stressed, your body releases chemicals like adrenaline, noradrenaline, and cortisol. These can cause excessive sweating, leading to an unpleasant odor. You might wonder, but they don't feel stressed. They stress others out. While that's true, they're still human and subject to the same physiological responses as everyone else. Narcissists often feel like gods, but their bodies have the same vulnerabilities as ours. They thrive on anger, which makes them feel powerful. Studies show that a single angry outburst can cause a surge of cortisol, taking up to 7 days for the body to return to normal. Imagine the impact on a narcissist who lives in a near constant state of anger. This continuous rage keeps their cortisol levels perpetually high, contributing to that persistent, unpleasant smell. Narcissists might seem calm on the outside, but inside they're constantly agitated. Anger is their primary emotion and their tool for controlling others. This relentless anger and stress flood their bodies with stress hormones. No matter how well they mask it, internally they're in turmoil. They excel at hiding their true state, but the truth is they're anything but calm. They are perpetually stressed, and this stress manifests physically, often in the form of a distinctive odor. How do I know this? From numerous conversations with narcissists, many have confessed, "I may act strong, but if I were honest, I'd admit I'm still scared and stressed." What fuels their stress? The constant need to maintain their image, control others, gaslight, lie, twist the truth, and concoct stories. All of this takes immense energy. Even though they draw energy from you, it still requires effort. One contributing factor to their unpleasant odor, reminiscent of manure, could be stress-induced dry mouth, leading to bad breath. Stress can cause dry mouth, and without sufficient saliva, the mouth starts to smell. It's important to note that individuals abused by narcissists might also suffer from body odor and excessive sweating, but that's a different issue altogether. Mental illnesses like schizophrenia can lead to excess cortisol and serotonin, causing body odor, which is not comparable to what we're discussing. As mentioned at the beginning, not all narcissists have this quality, and a bad smell doesn't automatically indicate someone is a narcissist. That's a simplistic view. Some may dismiss this as fake science, questioning the evidence. Context is crucial. Watch the entire presentation before forming an opinion. The most powerful statement is, "I don't know." What if this reveals something new to you? We're always learning, right? From a scientific perspective, this explains the phenomenon. Spiritually, one might say the person is possessed by a dark entity, often referred to as a Jezebel spirit, manifesting in their unpleasant smell. And that wraps up our discussion. Thank you for listening. I'll talk to you next time. As always, until then, let the healing begin and continue. Hey everyone, whether you're a fresh face or a seasoned viewer, big thanks for tuning in. If you're digging what you see, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to catch more of our videos dropping every week. Now, let's plunge into our main jam, navigating the tricky waters of dealing with a narcissist and shaking off their influence. Navigating life with a narcissist means grappling with someone who believes they're the bee's knees, acts self-centeredly, and bulldozes over boundaries. They're masters at bending situations to their favor, steering conversations, and painting themselves as either saviors or martyrs. Choosing your battles wisely is key when dealing with them. Often, taking a step back and keeping things on the down low is the wisest course of action. Maintaining that distance is crucial. But if you can't, or won't completely cut ties, here's a handy guide for handling a narcissist face-to-face for a lasting solution. Confronting formidable challenges can be downright daunting, and it's perfectly okay to feel the intensity. Letting your emotions out is crucial, but timing is everything. It's best to confide in a trusted friend or keep it private. When dealing with a narcissist, it might feel counterintuitive, but sometimes adopting their cool, detached vibe is necessary. Trying to reason with them often hits a dead end. They're more like wounded souls hungry for control. Save your energy and focus on safeguarding yourself, rather than getting sucked into futile attempts to change them. Navigating the realm of narcissists can feel like trekking through uncharted territory because they don't abide by the same moral code as most folks. They can pull off their schemes without a hint of remorse and excel at playing mind games. When you find yourself face to face with them, expect the unexpected and make a mental note to keep your cool. While it's undoubtedly a challenge, trust in your inner strength to see you through. Just bear in mind that the usual tactics may not cut it, so gear up for a different approach. You might naturally lean towards being caring, empathetic, and nurturing, putting in the effort to foster healthy communication and exercising patience. Perhaps you harbor hopes that these traits will forge a connection with the narcissist, even considering going the extra mile to salvage the relationship. However, I urge you to set aside such notions. The tried and tested methods that fare well with rational, sane individuals don't hold much sway with a narcissist. In such unique scenarios, it's crucial to ditch the conventional playbook and devise a fresh strategy. Navigating interactions with individuals who exhibit narcissistic tendencies might feel unconventional, but it's imperative to take a different approach. Instead of allowing yourself to be emotionally entangled, strive to maintain a calm and unaffected demeanor, delivering simple and succinct responses like "No, thanks, but no thanks. Apologies, I'm occupied. That's not feasible for me. I'm not interested, and thank you." Surprisingly, such straightforward replies prove remarkably effective. The trick lies in keeping it brief and to the point. A solitary no often suffices. Practice uttering these phrases in front of a mirror, focusing on maintaining your composure. Embrace the silence that follows, unafraid of its weight. Even though this approach may feel unfamiliar, remember, dealing with a narcissist demands a fresh strategy. Your aim is to remain composed, eschew emotional entanglement, and counter their antics with rational, level-headed responses. Picture the word "no" trailed by a thoughtful pause as a formidable weapon. Embrace the quiet, take a moment to gather yourself, and remind yourself that you're simply imparting information. It's not about emotions, but about managing things with a professional touch. You can also employ phrases like "I understand," "I acknowledge," "I'm listening," "I'll consider it," "Let me review," or "Let me ponder," keeping them concise and direct, followed by a purposeful pause. Despite its counterintuitive nature, silence holds tremendous power, particularly when facing off with a narcissist. The aim is to convey a resolute message that they cannot dictate or sway your decisions. You're not an easy mark, and their efforts to manipulate will fall flat. This isn't about engaging in a power struggle. It's about affirming your autonomy. Silence has a way of unsettling a narcissist in unexpected ways. It's a tool you can wield to your advantage. In certain scenarios, you might deploy phrases like "That's cool," "Everything's fine," "I'm fine with that," "That works for me," or even "I'm indifferent," trailed by a calculated pause. If you're feeling particularly bold, you might assertively state, "Yeah, that's not happening." By communicating in this detached, unemotional, and businesslike manner, you can effectively disarm a narcissist. You're not allowing them to play their mind games with you. You're making it abundantly clear that you refuse to be a pawn in their machinations. Eventually, they'll have no choice but to seek out another target, leaving you to enjoy your peace of mind. The grey rock method acts as a shield, enabling you to lead a more tranquil and fulfilling life away from the turbulence stirred up by a narcissist. Rather than attempting to alter the individual, it's about thwarting their efforts to dominate and manipulate you. Employing this technique is pivotal for reclaiming your serenity, autonomy, and well-being. When contending with a toxic narcissist, the grey rock method emerges as a valuable tool. It entails harnessing the power of silence to safeguard yourself. From the outset, establish firm boundaries, signal that you're not a pushover, and demonstrate that their antics won't rattle you. The objective is to exude the same level of interest and excitement as a nondescript grey rock. This strategy seeks to diffuse what might otherwise be an exceedingly volatile situation. You're not looking to exacerbate matters. You're simply seeking to dampen the chaos. While you can't dictate the narcissist's actions, you retain agency over your own conduct. The aim is to de-escalate tensions, not escalate them. Avoid provoking the narcissist, as it could have adverse repercussions for you. Your mere presence may sometimes irk them, but in areas where you hold sway, exercise discretion. Refrain from engaging in futile arguments or vying for the last word. Keep your ego in check and sidestep unnecessary confrontations whenever possible. By embracing this approach, you reclaim your autonomy from the narcissist's grasp, thwarting their attempts to manipulate and dominate you. Instead of being ensnared in their schemes, you assert your independence, signaling that you won't be swayed by their tactics. Eventually, they'll come to realize they can't bend you to their will and will seek out someone else to prey upon, leaving you to enjoy peace and tranquility. This strategy equips you with the tools to navigate interactions with the narcissist, sidestep conflicts, and safeguard your mental and emotional well-being. Keep in mind that narcissists thrive on eliciting emotional responses from their targets. Prepare yourself to respond with phrases like, "Okay, everyone's entitled to their perspective," or "your feelings are valid." By refusing to engage and distancing yourself from their negativity, you deny them the attention they crave, signaling that you're not a fertile source of validation for them. Maintain a sense of detachment whenever possible, resisting the urge to get entangled in their mind games. When communicating with them, employ I or we language to reaffirm your identity and connection to your values. In complex or confusing conversations, steer clear of using accusatory you language, as it can escalate tensions. Instead, focus on articulating your own emotions and needs without resorting to sarcasm or blame. Stay true to yourself, stand firm, and keep a clear head. Refuse to relinquish your power. That wraps up our discussion for today. I hope you've gained some valuable insights. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up, drop a comment, and share the key takeaways with others. Spread the knowledge to friends who might benefit from it as well. If you're new here, a warm welcome and thank you for joining us. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell as I release new videos daily. As we part ways, remember this. Know your value, honor your worth, and embrace your freedom. Looking forward to our next conversation. Sending you lots of love, and until next time. Narcissists imitate you, destroy you, and control you. They do all those horrible things just for this. Thanks for watching another video. People who are narcissists are the very meaning of parasites. Being mean to them makes them want to feed off of your anger, giving them resources like money, energy, and attention. To win, you need to keep them interested. They will get bored and look for someone else to bother if you don't answer them. But they will try to trigger you by insulting you often, making mean comments, spending all your money, being rude, ignoring you or ghosting you, and by hitting you, squeezing you, pulling your hair, or doing anything else they know will hurt you. In this movie, I explain why a narcissist might like you and want to act like you. 3 main things make me think that narcissists act the way they do. Narcissists are known to be good players, even though they are naturally weak. Even though they seem sure of themselves and friendly, they are actually not nice at all. Of course, they are playing. They keep going as if nothing is wrong as well. In order to avoid feeling weird, they avoid being around real people. So, narcissists are jealous of how independent and unique we are. They really dislike us the most when we're happy and sure of who we are. These people depend on us, even though they think badly of us. They want to be like us and look up to us. Narcissists admire you so much because you make their lives so crazy. If they could switch places with you right now, it would be the best thing that could ever happen in their lives. They really want your privileged situation and are desperate for it. The only way for them to succeed is to copy our every move, since they can't actually join us. When narcissists want to understand who they are, they copy the actions of people who inspire them. Narcissists need other people's approval to make them feel better about their own fears. A lot of the time, narcissists act like someone else to feel better about themselves. Without regular affirmation, narcissists can't keep their self-esteem healthy. Narcissists can't feel good about themselves unless other people constantly admire, respect, and trust them. They put a lot of work into their public image, or at least they make it look like they do. A person's personality can be changed by both the media and their direct surroundings. They pick out traits that make people feel sympathetic and like they could get along with the person. Being the center of attention is fun for the narcissist. The second is that narcissists would privately admire your good qualities and try to act like you. Someone who is a narcissist is always trying to get more attention and praise for themselves. So, if they think you have a lot of fans and friends, they will try to take them from you. So, they will pay close attention to the model they want to copy. Some of what makes someone special may be more obvious, like how they look, or less obvious, like their words or their interests. Someone who is a narcissist will try to act like you if they like how you act. This may not seem like a big deal at first, but if they set their minds on getting it, they could become a very serious threat. Narcissists try to control you in a different way by making you think they are exactly like you. It can be dangerous to deal with a narcissist because they are so good at controlling you. This is why it makes sense that they act like us. They will try to make you believe that you are a lot like them. If you believe, act, and care about many of the same things as a narcissist, you are more likely to trust that person. Abusers, like narcissists, will often say they share their victims' interests and values in order to gain their trust and control them. It's easier to become close friends with someone when you share a lot of things in common. To get your trust and, finally, your heart and life, a narcissist will watch you and act like you. It's important to feel safe and linked to a narcissist when you're with them. In this way, a fake sense of belonging is formed. To be honest, narcissists are very good at tricking people and taking advantage of them. They're one of the most dishonest people you'll ever meet and have no values. Because of this, they can't really be close to their partners. In this movie, I talk about the good and bad things about romantic relationships. Narcissists find it hard to connect deeply with other people. Some of their closest relationships may be put under stress because of this. Why? This is because it's clear right away that when they try to act like us, they're not being real. This is one way that an imagined friend's sense of self can grow. Everything nice they say or do is just an act. They are actually very unstable underneath their friendly appearance. My best guess is that they look like other people so that no one can see how evil and ugly they really are. These people are empty, manipulative jerks who enjoy watching other people suffer. Besides the chance of losing everything you own, they will also abuse and trick you for their own gain. If a possible partner seems to be watching your every move, you should stay away from them. Some people think that something or someone is not what it seems to be. That's all for this video today. If you found this movie useful, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up and leaving a comment. Thank you very much for your patience. Thank you.